Alrighty. Well, that was funny. Okay. I got down here and I got everything ready to go live. And quickly realized that my pliers were upstairs. Oops. I don't want to search. Alright. Oh, okay, I've got my pliers now. And I'm kind of at a loss of what to work on tonight. I just got done working. Right? So I did not have an opportunity to set anything up. Shift some stuff around here. Hey Joe, I'm doing well. How are you? Yeah, I left my pliers upstairs. I was trying to show my kid how to make some chainmail. He's a bit young. All right, let's work on a big project. Do I have? Oh no, those are not the rings I need. Here are some of the rings I need. Okay. See if I can. I don't have pliers or rings. Hey Barb, how you doing? Finished 2 chainmail crosses. Nice. Let's grab some rings. One of those. And one of those should be everything I need. All right. What is that? Oh. I found some of those glow-in-the-dark BBs we were using the other day. Alright, can we get started yet? You doing okay? That's good to hear, Barb. Alright. Jeez Louise. So unorganized. I thought I had everything for this project in reach. Apparently not. All right, so what was that? That was another BB. I don't think I need those just yet. This is a large inlay that I worked on a long time ago. And this silver, right, spells out Finnegan's, F-I-N-N-E. That will be a G when I'm done. A, and can we get the S on here? Yeah, there we go. And there's this decorative knot work in the background. Yeah, I will add phone covers to my product line. You want some? You want to be notified when I do? I can do that for you. Oh my goodness, that was horrible. Oh, all right, that BB's gone. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, similar to what happened with the, what do you call it? The inlay for the Raiders flag. Right? I started this project, and then I psyched myself out, and I didn't work on it for forever. And it's just been sitting here, so I'm gonna take this strip off. I think I measured this strip to be the length of what it would end up, and it's just kind of flapping around. So I've got a selection of saw cut anodized aluminum, machine cut anodized aluminum, and 2 different colors of gold and 2 different colors of green, which if you look closely, right, like you can kind of see darker green patches. I don't think my camera's good enough to really do it justice, but you can tell there's different colors when you look at it closely. So this is what we'll be working from. That is what it's going to look like in the end. Right? Ideally. That is kind of where we're at. This is where we're at. This is our end goal right here. So it's going to be fun figuring all that out. All right. Okay. Weird ring to have laying there. So, I think a good place to start would be right down here somewhere. Let me figure out where that's at on and we're gonna need some rings. So what I wanted to do, hey John, I wanted to go back through and try and match up the colors as best I could. That would take literally forever. And I wanted to check something real quick. We've got one color of gold here. And another color here, and neither of them match up with what I'm currently using. Is that? Nope. Neither of them. Oh, that is something terrible. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I'm just comparing the color here. It's bad. That is definitely not. No, that's okay. Sorry guys, trying to figure out what I want to do. Because I mean, it's gonna end up like 2 different colors, right? That sucks. All right. So, do we take out all the gold that's in here now and replace it with a different color? And is this kind of, can't tell too well, is this kind of mustard color the gold we want to go with? When I say gold, it's really dark yellow. The ring's already in the inlay. They're gold. They're as close to gold as you can get. I don't know if I just ordered the wrong color or what. These are not too far off from what's in there. I think we're going to stick with those. These mustard ones, I don't know what I'll use them for. Probably nothing. But we will move on. Alter some rings and make shaded edge to 3D the look for the gold. Yeah, John, I want to finish this inlay someday. I have thought about that, but I am not 100% sold on the idea. Like, I would love to make all the knotwork three-dimensional so that you can see it and everything. But that's not... I might as well just start the whole thing over. You know? Like, it'd be a cool effect if I could pull it off nicely. Like I said, I would just end up tearing the whole thing apart and starting over, which is not a bad idea, but I've done this much, you know. And I've come to terms with the idea of, yeah, the gold's not going to match, and I just want to get this piece done. But if it might end up kind of looking like the bottom half is much darker, shaded, if you will, which is fine. Like, this corner of the top is going to be darker as well. It's just a cluster of having ordered different batches of colors that, you know, they never matched up enough for me to continue working on this piece. And so, I mean, yeah, I could do all that work, but really I want to finish this, you know, sooner rather than later. Actually, let's go all the way up here. This is a pretty thick. It's all right. I've done worse projects with chainmail. I have a European 6-in-1 galvanized 14 gauge 3/8 shirt that stays in a box. And I think it's out in the shed right now. And I lug it around with me to remind me that I shouldn't do that ever again. Lesson learned. So how you're feeling on the shirt? You want it done? Knowing what I know now, I'm 100% okay with taking it all apart and redoing it. I don't think it would be that difficult. Depending on how much of this gold that we have. I say gold. Actually, that's a good question. How much of this gold do we have? Hang on a second. Oh wow. Okay. Let me tear apart everything that I just put together. Because maybe even okay. This is probably the first set of gold rings that I bought, right? And even these are mixed together with two different colors. Goodness, what a mess. Oh, John, how's your face? All right, let's put all this back. So what I'll do is I will use up what few remaining original gold rings I have on the top half. And if we have to switch to a shading or a muted gold on the bottom, we can do that. I think that's much, because the texture on these ones I'm taking out right now, the texture's wrong, the color's wrong. They're machine cut, they're not saw cut. You know, I was, young and inexperienced, didn't know what I was doing. So, it's fine. Lesson learned. Just, don't do it again in future projects, I guess. Swollen and pissed off at you? Yeah, I'll bet. It looks like you gave yourself a nice little injury there. Come on, get out of there. And of course, this is all a mess. It's gonna be fun. That's why we're here. So that people can see that even if you screw up something, it can be redeemed. Enjoy being a tall person catching the top corner of the car door, full swing to the face. Ouch. Did you actually knock yourself out? Or did you just fall to the ground? You learned so much from messing up galvanized rings in your younger years. Oh yeah. I mean, it's all a learning experience. A bunch of the stuff I've done on this stream has been experimental and a learning experience. And like I said, now I know better. This is what happens when you don't map out a whole inlay and you freehand it and you guess at how many rings you'll need. Right? Definitely knock yourself down, not out. Yeah. All right. Anyway. So this is one of two very large projects that I wanted to finish. There's this inlay and a shirt, right? Not the last two projects, they're just two of the largest ones lying here. Everything else is kind of like, I got a bunch of belts and guitar straps that I want to do some leather work on. But I don't want to sit here and be stamping stuff on stream. No clue how many rings are going to be in the shirt? Until all the rings are on it? Yeah. Go. I have this section of blackened stainless from the Ring Lord. Well, they have changed their blackening process, last I checked, and the rings I have aren't going to match with the rings they're currently making. So, in order to avoid a situation like I'm in now, where the rings don't match, I'm just going to take that blackened section of stainless steel and add regular 16 gauge 1/4 inch stainless steel rings to it. Right? At least that is what I am thinking of doing. So I might have to adjust the sheet of E4-1 that I've had. Hey Peg, how you doing? You hate the scales you got blackened from them? Yeah, I'm not happy with their production process. So, titanium, what do you like, but would still like a cleaner hole? Everybody likes a clean hole, John. You mean like a cleaner cut? Too damn cold today? That wind is nuts. I drove down my street and it looked like today was trash day, and it looked like and recycling day. So I had a trash can and recycling massacre on my street when I came home. Everybody's can was knocked over. Fortunately, I put my recycling back in the house after it had been picked up. It got picked up before I left, so I just had to pick up my trash can, which was 20 feet away from where it started. Right? You know, it's a bit. But everybody else's was knocked down. They were huddling for warmth. Kerf blowout is crazy, almost as thick as a scale on the stainless scales. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yeah, you want a precision connection hole when you're working with scales. I suppose that the scale project I have over there is also another... Maybe what I'll do, take the blackened stainless, right? Pick up some 16 gauge 1/4 inch European 4-in-1 or 16 gauge 1/4 inch stainless rings. Use some scales for the shoulders. Maybe add some scale decoration on the shirt somewhere else. Maybe I will just combine that whole project together. That'd be fun. Don't want to get to... I don't want to get working on another shirt, really, right? I've got plenty of other things that I have to do, but it's over there. It's on the list of projects to be completed. That way it's not just a sitting lump of chainmail, you know? And really, you know, once I get these two projects done, there's a lot of rings left, but there's not a lot of rings left, you know what I mean? So and a lot of them, like whatever excess green and gold and bright aluminum 18 gauge 1/4 inch rings that I have left over from this particular project, I am not keeping them. Like, once I'm done, I'll take a look at everything I have and then probably give them away to somebody or toss them. The ring is not dark enough. And these rings are just all different colors. And some of them are from different batches, or different orders, right? Clearly from different batches. And some of them are just not colored correctly. Now, these are, you know, if you're looking to order from the Ring Lord, I haven't ordered their anodized aluminum from them in a long time, so don't let me get you too worked up about their stuff. I have no idea if it's improved or not as far as the continuity in the color of their anodized aluminum. I just know that I have not been satisfied with an order from them for a while. You know, when someone's new, I always recommend them just because you can get a lot of stuff in bulk and it's good enough, you know. But after I tried Eric Whitney's rings and Josh Gilberto's rings recently, I'm hooked. I don't know if I'll be buying stainless from or black and titanium from anywhere else. And I have yet to order from Josh Bracken, but I would order his rings too. You've gotten 200 pounds of 20 gauge, 50 pounds of 24 gauge, 120 pounds of 12 gauge, and a wire roller from them over the summer, but no rings. Ah, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's... Make something Packer themed. Some people bleed green and gold in this state. I have made something Packer themed. I made a Green Bay Packers inlay very early on, and that is part of the reason why these colors don't match, right? Was it because I started with the green and gold Packers inlay, ran out of gold, ordered more, or knew I was going to run out of gold, ordered more, then it didn't match, and I got all flustered, and didn't want to continue with this project. So my friend's family is from, I think they're from Waukesha, and they moved to Idaho long time ago. Whole family's Packers fans. I'm not. I didn't grow up with sports of any kind, so they were the first like family sports team I ever hung out with. And 41 gauge titanium grade 5. 41 gauge. Need a microscope for that stuff. So I had, of the friends I had in high school, right, one of them got a University of Michigan flag inlay, one of them got the Green Bay Packers inlay, and then the third one got the Raiders inlay that we sent off the other day. So you've done a couple of Packard colored ducks. Oh, speaking of ducks, I got a check in today. I haven't cashed it yet, but I will be getting a duck from you soon. I need him to guard all the chainmail on my shelf over there. I don't want a Packer colored one though. I'm not opposed to the Packers, but my whole neighborhood's all like ridiculous fans. Like I said, I'm not a sports guy. I barely, like, I'll watch a game, and I have been around enough to watch enough games to understand most of what's going on. But I don't know the names of the players, you know. Maybe one or two of them. But that's not something I follow. I tried being a Cubs fan when we moved up here. Shortly after we moved up here is when they won their World Series. There is nothing in me that is willing to sit down and spend 3 to 4 hours watching a game. Like, nah, I got stuff to do. You need a peg production mail in your case. You only have 2 other chainmail maker stuffs in your display. And you're almost at 30 years of making chainmail. Almost at 30 years. I hear you're not a sports nut there either. One is Rick Smith you won in a giveaway, and the other is your first son's bracelet he ever made. Very nice. I sat down with my kid. He begged and begged and begged to learn how to make chainmail, and I gave him some rings, and I showed him how to open and close them a little bit, and I just kind of let him have fun for a little bit. And he sat there and worked on stuff for about 15 minutes, which is 3 times longer than what I expected. So, definitely something I'm going to continue to encourage. Let's see here, I've got, this came as a kit. I had to make it myself. It's from Stephen Hoffman. I think what else I have. I have a dragon scale, or not a dragon scale, a scale mail tail from Charity Dorn. I don't know if she made it, but it's from her shop. I did not get a chance to purchase anything from her shop when I was there this last Renaissance Festival. But I'll be there next year. Ooh, Peg wants a challenge. I want you to sculpt a predator facing an alien with the Aliens vs. Predator logo. I'm just kidding. That would be wicked hard and awesome if you could do it though. John likes goblins. Oh, you know what? So the Scottish flag inlay with the thistles that I did for the blankets on my website, Josh made that into an inlay. And he did the Irish flag that I did as well with the harp on it. I would love to pick that one up from him too, but I do have the Scottish thistle, or the Scottish flag with the thistle on it. I do have that inlay. I don't have much else from other people. I would like to own more. Early on, and I don't know if this is just a maturity thing, I did meet some other chainmail artists that I didn't know. And I looked at the stuff on their booth, and it wasn't bad. It was different than how I would make something. And I didn't, I could have bought something right there, and I should have. Right? But I didn't even... I was too upset that they had done something and it wasn't how I would do it. And this is a long time ago. This isn't like any time recently. I would like to think that I've since gotten over my ego and that it's much more exciting to possess something that someone else has made, right? Than it is to worry about them not having made it how you would have made it. There are, don't get me wrong, there are some things that I see that are made, and I'm like, yeah, no, I wouldn't do that, you know. But, you know, a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff on this guy's table that was interesting, but I was, I don't know, too young, too immature to appreciate that someone else had done something differently than me in the same art form. Mind is now buzzing. Good. And there's that one there, and then kind of this base right here. I don't know. There's that one. That's that one. So. Oh. Sorry, I'm looking at my picture here. Trying to figure out, like, what's the best route moving forward. Yeah, I kind of have to start cutting it off here. Yeah, okay. Anyway, now I see stuff made by other chainmail artists. I'm like, that's, you know, fucking amazing. I wanted. I had too much ego at the time. And I don't know how long it took me to get over that, just to be like, okay, that's not the way I would have made it, but it's still cool, you know? And not just like scoff at someone and be like, oh, I wouldn't have done it that way, you know? Which makes me wonder how much of a testy little prick I was when I was younger. Probably not as bad as I am now, but... I like other people's stuff. I like seeing, you know, what other people come up with. It's just weird thinking back on that and being like, yeah, oh, okay. I was just being an asshole for no reason. You know? You've all had your youngling moments. Hey, you know. This was probably... between 10 and 15 years ago. So I wasn't that young. So I'd been making chainmail for about 10 or 15 years. At that point, somewhere in there. More than 10, less than 15. And I'll tell you what part of it is, right? I had just discovered the Ring Lord shortly before that. And I thought, you know, I was the coolest. Because there's not a lot of chainmail artists in the world. There were even less 10 years ago. But I don't know. I don't remember where I was going with that. Anyway, moving on. Actually, no, it's going to bother me if I don't remember what I said. I don't know if this guy's rings that I'm talking about. I don't know if they were from the Ring Lord or not, but I just started using Ring Lord rings, you know, a few years before. And, you know, doing dumb shit like ordering all the wrong color rings and whatnot. You found if you look close at folks' mail, they tend to ask you to leave the booth in your experience? If you look close at their mail, they ask you to leave. It's like, are you already wearing a bunch of chainmail when you're going in to look at their stuff? Oh, you know what? The Get Back Whip on my Harley, that's from Masterlinks Mail. Greg over at Masterlinks Mail. Ordered the wrong size titanium first time, got grade 2, way too big of an AR. Only your 22 gauge, 1/10 of an inch necklace, lasts for 18 years. I don't know of a necklace that's broken. Well, nope. I had a friend of mine, her dog chewed her necklace up. It was 22 gauge, 1-inch rings, and her puppy chewed the crap out of it. I had to fix that recently. That was within the last, like, I don't know, 2 years maybe. I met a girl while I was working in one of the nursing homes. She was a physical therapist, and she had a round mail necklace, and it looked like it was niobium, but she didn't know. She had it permanently on her, right? Like there was no clasp or anything, so it had to be some kind of hypoallergenic metal, I would assume. She said it had opened 1 or 2 times, but she knows the guy that made it and you can fix it for her. But I was like, wow, someone who doesn't make chainmail with a permanent chain around their neck. I won't even do that. First necklace. I'm trying to think. My first necklace. What did I make it out of? I don't know. How long ago was that? It's like 750,000 rings ago. You know? Niobium is crazy. Weld it, 4,500 to melt it. Really? Your first was a Byzantine necklace? I think mine was probably 2, but. This should be over a wee bit more, but I think it'll be all right. I think it'll be all right where it is. All right. Oh, so I don't know if you weren't here on Friday, you didn't get to hear me tell the story of this. On Friday, this patient, I had called her to try and clarify what was going on after she had gone to the wound care clinic, and she hung up on me. And so I thought that I was going to go in and be discharging this patient from our services today, but that did not happen, much to my chagrin. You made a Byzantine the same size but feel round mail is akin to a snake? Yeah. You take round mail. Let me see, hang on a second. Let me go get this. Let me go get this special piece I made a long time ago, just for this moment right here. All right. If you take round mail out of, if you make round mail out of brass and bronze and then tie it in a knot, it looks like a dog turd. It's definitely snaky. This is like a little fidget toy that I made back in the day. Just me rolling around my dog turd. Not nice, your face hurt on that one. I don't mean to cause you pain, as you know. Well, shit. Yeah, exactly. I did not mean to make a chainmail dog turd sculpture. That is just how it came out. I think I had just gotten done watching Inception, and I needed a totem to help me navigate the world and make sure that I was in the world that I was in, and so I made that, and I was like, that'll work. So I carried it around for a while. It was in my pocket, like, you know, all day long. Just me and my dog turd sculpture. See here, I have some more brass and bronze to get rid of. They're 16 gauge 5/16. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. But I did a bunch of brass and bronze wallet chains. I'm not a fan of brass or bronze or using it for anything. Have I ever let anyone else touch my dog turd? Yeah, I showed a lot of people my dog turd. If we ever get to a point where I can have a party over at the house, and if you're able to make it down here, that would render your totem inert. Well, I don't really think it works anyway. Rain chain them and let them patina? Maybe. I don't think I have enough of them for a full-on project that large, but it's like a sheet of brass and bronze 6-in-1 that I tried to make a thermos wrap a long time ago. And it just kind of faded and looked like shit, so kind of gave up on it. Took it off. That actual particular thermos got fouled somehow. Don't know how. And it had to be thrown away, so I took the chainmail off of it, and it's just been sitting here waiting to be turned into something else for forever. And I'm not ordering more 16 gauge 5/16 in here. the lowest spot I could hang it at a minimum is 10 feet. Right? White vinegar and cap hydrogen peroxide, 2 minutes will clean the oxide off. Oh. I don't want to clean it, John. That sounds like work. I think they've actually been tumbled. They're clean now. They were just shitty looking when they were on that thermos. You know, I mean, it's not a type of ring I want to put any effort into. I wouldn't put any effort into finishing this inlay either, except I'm over a third done, you know? Should just be like, screw it, colors don't match. I don't want to do it anymore. But, you know, I didn't have anything else sitting out. I thought I had all these rings ready to go. Apparently I did not. I didn't even have pliers down here when I first got started. All right. Oh, so like I said, I got my check, right? We're gonna get a peg duck. We're gonna get Christmas gifts, and I'm thinking a new camera. You know, Frank has been a good camera for the longest time now, and I'm not gonna get rid of him or anything, but some wider lights. I think it would help if I put a daylight light right up there, and had a streaming light up here somewhere, and had a camera that had, you know, that was better than Frank, and the laptop webcam. So I think that that's what we're gonna be doing. Be a nice improvement. Right. I'm gonna have to go look at more recommendations on cameras because I've not done that in a while. I don't know what's out there. You know, but I would like something that could sit like right here. You can look directly down on what my hands are working on, and that I can manually zoom with the mouse. I think that would be a good place to start. I don't need a lot of zoom, just a little bit of zoom, but an overhead approach would be a huge improvement, I think. We can put Frank off to the side. You know, he doesn't have to go away. What else? Those would be some nice improvements. Lighting, camera. I've kind of been, like, I've been reading the Wheel of Time series again because the show came out, and the books are completely different than the show, right? The show is, they're trying to get a sense of what the books are about, but there's a lot that's not, there's a lot that's in the show that is not in the books, and I don't, some aspects I really like, some scenes I have really liked, but this, I was not particularly keen on this last episode. But I'm on book 3, and probably the fastest I've ever read these books. Trying to get through them all. I guess there's only 3 episodes left, so I don't have to rush as much as I was. Which is nice. Yeah, 3 episodes left in this season, so there's not, I don't know how much more they can get through. So I'll take my time reading these books, or a little bit more time anyway, than I was planning on. And it's kind of time to get back to work on the website, a couple business related chainmail things. Someone asked for an ugly Christmas sweater. I think that's definitely going to be in the works for next year. Lots of stuff to work on. And while I would want to sit here and reread all the books and everything, like, there's work to do, man. Gotta get it done. I found out, oh, this pissed me off too. I got a message asking me if someone's prize had shipped from, I don't remember if it was the giveaway or like the pumpkin carving contest prize. And it hadn't. And I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't realize. So I gotta get that figured out as to why that's not. I did cancel the order and I did reorder it, and I gotta figure out why it's not going through, because it hasn't gone through a second time now. Hey Rick, how you doing? Everyone's having a great night. I was just lurking tonight. I was busy doing some other things. He just listened, but it's about time to feed. You're gonna shoot the cat, huh? All right, Rick, you have a good night. We're about, yeah, it's been an hour. I'll finish up this row and then we will probably be saying goodnight shortly afterwards. But yeah, lots of stuff to do. It's getting better. Lots of stuff has been done, right? A lot of these little projects are out of the way. This project right here, this Finnegan's Wake flag, that will take a while. So, but you know what? I didn't even tell you guys like where this inlay design came from. This is a t-shirt design for a bar in Louisiana. Jackson and 3rd Street in Alexandria, Louisiana, if I remember correctly. I have no idea if it's still open, but when I was at Fort Polk, it's on the eastern side of it's on the western side of Louisiana, close to the Louisiana-Texas border, about 4 hours away from Houston. So I was at Fort Polk. It's an hour away from Alexandria, and I would drive with some friends to Alexandria on the weekends we had off, and I went to this Finnegan's Wake bar, And we would get hammered and then stay at the hotel across the street. And it was just a nice way to get away from everyone that you lived with at the barracks. That's one of the most difficult things about being in the military is if someone's bothering you, there's no way to get away from them, right? Because you all live in the same place. And then if you deploy, you live in an even smaller place together, right? And so Finnegan's Wake out in Alexandria, Louisiana was this kind of safe haven. That's a screwed up ring that I found that I was able to tolerate while I lived in Louisiana. There wasn't much in Louisiana I could tolerate. Oh, okay. All right. We're gonna stop here. Shadow Whip looks dope. Thank you. Someone on Twitch stopped by to say hi. Those are rare. I think it's because I don't know how to send people on to another streamer. But this is what we were working on right here. These, I don't know, 3-4 rows. And I've realized that I need to move this angle over a little bit more and move this little green patch over a little bit more to make it more in line with this image. No, you just got here? All right. So we'll be taking a closer look at that. But it's I mean, the Raiders took 60 hours on stream to finish, and we had a lot less of that started when I was working on it. However, this is probably 4 times that size. So the Raiders I think was 8,000 rings or something. This is probably going to be 4 times that. I'm guessing. So it's just / raid name. Oh, I don't even know who's on right now. I'm not in Twitch. Can I type in my own comment section? I think I can. Alright. We're gonna have to try that later. Who is on? Let's go raid Patrick Rothfuss's stream. Keeper 49. Oh, he's doing some leather work. Sweet. Alright. So, anyway, yeah, I need to interact more with the Twitch community, but I don't stream just to Twitch, and so I got flack from a Twitch purist about that. It's like, I'm not trying to be a Twitch affiliate or anything. I'm just doing my thing, man. But I do need to interact more. So, have no idea who Patrick Rothfuss is? Or Peeper 49. Peeper 49 is a leather worker. He's in the same section I'm in. I do not have time to sit and raid someone right now. I do have to get going. It is past my bedtime. So, as always, be sure to check out MailleWerX.com. I do appreciate you all for hanging out. All the comments, likes, and shares really mean a lot to me. And I will see you all tomorrow night, and if not tomorrow, then at the latest Wednesday.